Hello and welcome to the channel. I have exciting positions to tell you about, so let's get right into it. The company we're looking at is FedEx, and they are hiring for a customs trade coordinator. As you know, FedEx is a logistics company. So let's look at the particulars. This is a full time position, it's regular remote. And let's look at the description. This position is responsible for the coordination of the documentation required by U.S. Customs government agencies for entry of goods into the U.S. on behalf of importers. You will provide impeccable customer service. You will obtain correct classification of goods for customs release from databases, SOPs, tariff books, internets, or customs. Data entry and process of various import related documentation for submission to U.S. Customs and may handle all PGAs, participating government agencies. Maintain and keep current all shipment documentation in compliance with all record keeping requirements. Adhere to all international importing and exporting regulations. You will work closely with other internal staff, departments, other FedEx operations, and customers to deliver high level of service to customers. Process agency brokerage shipments. You may handle remote filings, ensure all government and organizational policies are followed, and you will perform other duties as assigned. Paid training is provided. Now, what's required? A high school diploma and or GED, no industry experience required, a minimum of 6 months work experience preferred, not required. Data entry, keyboard experience required. You must have MS Office, Outlook, office equipment, phone, fax, photocopier, printer, and scanner. So listen, if you don't know MS Office and know how to use the products, you can download the trial for free and practice if you plan to apply for this position. It's not a big deal, it's very easy. There are walkthroughs provided on that website. You can learn this in a day. Excellent communication skills, verbal and written, organizational skills, interpersonal skills, problem solving skills, handle high volume of work, handle time sensitive work, ability to work independently with minimum supervision. You must have the ability to use multiple systems and reference material, interact with customers, carriers, brokers, government agencies, internal staff, management of all levels in internal departments. Preferred qualifications, preferred, not required. Shift, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific. Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Pacific. Remote, must live 50 miles of 2349 Aviation Drive in Indiana. Again, this is preferred, not required. So if you apply for this, I would confirm that because it falls under preferred qualifications. Okay, pay transparency. The compensation range is provided as a reasonable estimate of the current starting salary range for this role across all potential locations. If this opportunity includes multiple job levels, which it does, it includes 3 levels. The range is a reasonable estimate of the current starting salary for the lowest level to the current starting salary of the highest level. Actual starting pay would be determined by experience relative to the job, market level, pay at location for this job, and other related factors permitted by law. An employee may be eligible for additional pay premiums or a bonus. The company offers eligible employees health, vision, dental insurance, retirement, and tuition reimbursement. The pay range is $15.07 to $23.88 per hour. Again, as I mentioned, there are 3 levels for this job: customs trade coordinator, then in 1, 2, 3. The second position we're looking at is the Customs Trade Coordinator 2. Let's scroll down. Same company, obviously. Let's look at the description. It's slightly different, but not much. responsible for coordination of the documentation required by U.S. Customs government agencies for entry of goods into the U.S. on behalf of importers, provide impeccable customer service, obtain correct classification of goods for customs release from database SOPs, tariff book, internet and customs, data entry and processing of various import related documentation for submission to U.S. Customs. It may handle all PGAs, maintain and keep current all shipment documentations in compliance with all record keeping requirements, adhere to international importing and exporting regulations, work closely with other internal staff, departments, other FedEx operations, and customers to deliver high level of service to customers, process agency brokerage shipments, may handle remote filings, ensure all government and organizational policies are followed, performs other duties as assigned, and again, paid training provided. Requirements: high school diploma and or GED, no industry experience required, meaning they'll train you. Minimum of 6 months work experience preferred, not required. Data entry keyboard experience is required. MS Office products experience is required. Excellent communication skills, verbal and written, organizational skills, interpersonal skills, problem solving skills, handle high volume of work, handle time sensitive work, ability to work independently with minimum supervision, ability to use multiple systems and reference material, interact with customers, carriers, brokers, government agencies, internal staff, management of all levels, and internal departments. Here's the shift hours, pretty much the same. Compensation is the same paragraph that I read in the last position, so I will not read it to you, but I will pause so you can. And I want to remind you, under the preferred qualifications, if you apply for this, inquire about the must live 50 miles of this address in Indiana, because it says it's preferred, not required. The pay range, the same, 1507 to 2388. And that is Customs Trade Coordinator 2. And the third position is Customs Trade Coordinator 3. Full-time, 100% remote. I will not read or walk through this whole position because the requirements are pretty much aligned with the Customs Trade Coordinator 1 and 2. What I want to point out is the pay range. Now, there's not much difference in variation between the position 2 and 3. So if you apply, I would just go for 3 and ask for the $24 an hour, because 23.88 rounded up is 24. And there is not much variation, so what can you lose? It does not make sense in my mind to apply for Customs Trade Coordinator 1 when all 3 positions have this pay range. And that's just my 2 cents. Good luck.